Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Simran Singh here, my daily diary, and I wanted to share with you a lot of what I've been contemplating the past couple of days since coming from Peru. It seems that I'm getting a continuous message about relaxation. And as I've contemplated this and what this means, I think it really has to do with relaxing into oneself. I've been seeing the word every time I pick up a book, it seems to be in there. I was being interviewed on a couple of shows yesterday. On the first show, the word came up, and on the second show, the gentleman played a song during the intermission, and it was all about relaxation. So this is how the messages can tend to come, and I feel that's a very strong and prominent message, especially for the time that we're in. And I also believe that when we have certain words show up, we have the filter of what we have taken on as the definition based on society, based on our perceptions and filters. And then I think there's a deeper, more profound meaning. And when I really look at relaxation, it can mean, just letting go and releasing the tension and sitting in a place where you're just utterly let go. But I think it goes deeper than that. I think relaxation means diving so deeply into oneself that you truly tap into the truthfulness of your being, that you really are expressing and creating from that place of just flowing so fully into who you are, what your desires are, what your heart wants, that you are relaxing into yourself. You are no longer confined by the restrictions and the constraints and the judgments and the belief systems of the world. You are beating your own drum. You are singing your own song. You are living life unfiltered and unbound. And that is so much of what my experience is being created as now. That is the truth of what I believe this world to be. And I am in the process of just shedding everything that I possibly can shed that would keep me limited or keep me in an identity. I wonder, can I move to a place of being identity-less? I think we've been trained that you have to have a brand, you have to have an identity, people need to know you for something. And I'm finding that my heart and my mind are really wanting to challenge all of these constructs, all of these beliefs and thoughts, because if I get so anchored in a brand or an identity, then I am separating myself even more. And so as I was thinking about the Rebel Road, because I've really been just immersed in the beauty of that and trying to really love this open nebulous space of allowing thoughts and ideas and so much to come in, and as I'm in the space of creating the songs and just thinking about the set and thinking about the traveling and how that can even open up from the limitedness that I have been thinking. On an interview yesterday with Jeff Ferrandini on Planetary Spirit, we started talking after the show, and I just mentioned to him that what I see the Rebel Road as is, the show might have to be about my story, but I believe that the things that I'm going to talk about in my story are what are in everyone's story, and that's what's going to touch the heart. But the further greater mission, I think, is collaboration and cooperation. I love celebrating people. I want to bring a spotlight on others. I want to gather communities everywhere I go. And he was talking about the Boston area, and he happened to mention a couple that had this amazing, acreage that they were building a labyrinth on, that they held kirtans and different kinds of things on. And I thought, my heart has been saying this show may or may not be in a room. There will be times when it is in a park or it is out on some land. And it just filled me with such joy to think, gosh, how incredible would that be to be on that land with those people that have their own mission, to showcase them, to reach out in the community and say, who here is really passionate about what they're doing and stepping fully into it. Come and celebrate with me and let me celebrate you. Let me introduce you to the world and let others be inspired by you so that they take the steps. I think we're beyond a place of competition, and it really is more about cooperation. I don't really think there is such a thing as competition. I think that's been a fabricated notion. I think the only one that there's competition with is the self. And ultimately that's the truth, because we're the only one here. So what's the point of that? What if we just fully moved into cooperation? What if we fully let go of our need to have and our need to be an identity and our need to have a brand and our need to reach milestones, and we just decided, a handful of us, I know that this isn't for everyone, but a handful of us said, I just am going to choose to celebrate people. I'm just going to choose to connect with others, celebrate with people, collaborate with people, and see what can happen in that kind of experience. You know, what could happen? What could be possible if we actually united rather than stayed in the place of me, me, me? Well, that's the journey I plan to take. That's my Rebel Road path. And wherever you are, you know, if you are really passionate about what you're doing, if you're doing something amazing in the world, if you are a performer, or if you're, you know, an expert of some kind, get in touch with me. I want to celebrate you. If I'm coming to your area, let's figure out how to play together. Let's figure out what we can do together to create not just the Rebel Road one-woman show, but to create a celebration, to create something that the world has not seen before, a type of unity and love and connection and openness and a trust of strangers meeting, but yet strangers knowing one another so deeply that they are not strangers. Well, if you are that person, feel free to email me, simran@simran-singh.com. Give me a little bit of time to get back to you. I do get inundated with emails, so it takes me just a little time. But I would love to hear from you, and I'd love to see how we can play together and what we can do together and how we can connect. And I just think the possibilities are endless, and I am so, so looking forward to it. So now I am off to see what wants to flow through for the remainder of these songs. I am feeling like the entire CD is coming forward today. And I called my brother, Gogi, who helps me with a lot of my creative projects. He's a genius. And I told him yesterday, I said, line up a studio, because I'm going to get in it at the end of July and I'm going to record a CD. Isn't that a hoot? I mean, I've never sung before, so this should be funny. One way or another, it should be funny, right? Anyway, have a great day. In love, of love, and with love. I'm Simran Singh. And there is only one thing happening here. We are one. Take care.